Welcome back to the channel, friends. Today is a beautiful day, but the forecast for Port Charles is absolute chaos. A seismic shift in momentum is tearing through town, leaving our favorite characters backed into a corner with impossible choices and no safe way out. Grab a drink and settle in, because the next 2 weeks are going to blow the roof off General Hospital. I cannot believe she did that. I mean, I can, because it is Britt Westbourne, but still. Reacting first here, guys, because my jaw is literally on the floor. Britt just whacked Jason right in the face, right in the middle of General Hospital. So, Jason finally comes back to town, completely ghosting her after there was supposed to be this epic, tragic romance, and when he finally asks if they can talk, smack, she slugs him in the jaw. But here is the brilliant, twisted part that only the writers of this show could come up with. She does it to make him a patient. She hits him so hard he needs medical attention, just so she can drag him into an exam room and force him to have a conversation behind closed doors. I have been watching since 2015, and this is honestly one of the best, most unhinged things they've ever written for. Because think about it. Britt has been through absolute hell over the last few months. She was arrested in Tortola, she thought she was dying of Huntington's disease, she found out Ross Cullum was gaslighting her with saline injections, and she lost Marco Rios in the process. She was surviving on the run, holding onto the memory of Jason, and he comes back and ignores her? Yeah, he deserved that punch. She is rebuilding her life from scratch, dealing with that arrogant new doctor Tristan Roberts, and Jason just waltzes in and thinks he can dictate the terms of their reunion. No way. The bridge is back, and I am entirely here for it. But wait, I have to look at Jason's side too. I know some people are loving this aggressive Britt, but personally, I kinda get why Jason is pulling away. He has been fundamentally changed by whatever horrific torture he endured at that WSB black site in Jakarta. He isn't the same stone-cold enforcer anymore. He wants to be a father to Danny. With Sam dead and God, I am still not over Cyrus killing Sam and Dex. That wound is still too fresh for me to even talk about Danny only has Jason. Jason is making the impossible choice to step away from the mob, away from the danger, and unfortunately, away from Britt to protect his son. It breaks my heart, but I respect the character. Okay, back to the point, because we have to talk about the lake. Did Nina Reeves really just roll a wheelchair-bound man into a lake? Yes, she did. I am screaming at my television. Nina literally shoved Drew Kane into the freezing water at the Quartermain estate. React first, explain later, right? So Drew's paralytic drugs are wearing off. He is rapidly getting his speech and mobility back. His first word was Willow, and it was dripping with venom. He was goading Nina at the boathouse, probably threatening to expose the fact that Willow has been keeping him paralyzed and locked in. And Nina, in a moment of pure, unadulterated panic, just pushes him off the dock. I mean, we all know Nina is impulsive. Remember when she stole Avery? Remember the whole Nixon Falls debacle with Sonny? Nina does not think when she is backed into a corner. She just reacts. She shoves this former Navy SEAL, who is strapped to a wheelchair, into the water and then instantly regrets it. She starts screaming her head off, faking a panic to cover her tracks, hoping someone hears her, but also probably hoping Drew drowns before they do. It is dark, it is twisted, and it is premium soap opera television. And of course, who is there to save the day? Giovanni Palmieri. Gio is working as a summer lifeguard, and because Brooklyn casually suggested he take one last swim down by the boathouse, he is right there when Nina starts screaming. He dives in, fishes Drew out of the lake, and resuscitates. I mean, Gio is an absolute hero, but part of me is like, Gio, couldn't you have waited 5 more minutes? Kidding. Kind of. But seriously, Drew surviving this is going to unleash a monster. Drew is going to be out for blood, and Willow and Nina are directly in his crosshairs. And Willow is absolutely losing her mind. She is already freaking out because Harrison Chase is knocking on her door, trying to drag her down to the PCPD for questioning about her ties to Jen Sidwell. She is literally in tears, shaking, begging Chase to compromise his badge and lie, saying he couldn't find her. Then she gets a phone call that Nina just tried to drown Drew, and Drew is alive. Willow is trapped. Her crimes are about to be exposed. She could lose her congresswoman's seat, go to prison, and lose custody of her kids to Michael. But wait, here comes Jack Brennan to the rescue. During the week of July 27 to 31, Valentine Cassadine strikes a massive deal with Brennan. Valentine hands over the missing black box in exchange for unfreezing his WSB asset. This gives Brennan the ultimate power to help Nina and Willow. He has evidence that Drew misappropriated federal funds. Boom! Leverage. They are going to use this dirt to blackmail Drew into signing. Willow urges Nina to use her romantic connection with Brennan to secure this dirt. But will it work? Drew might just fake compliance and cut an immunity deal to testify against Willow and Sidwell. I am dreading this fallout, but I cannot look away. Speaking of Drew's little swim, rumors are flying fast in Port Charles. Trina Robinson and Kai Taylor hear about Drew's near-drowning drama, and they immediately get the wrong idea. They assume Willow tried to kill Drew again. I mean, can you blame them? They know Willow shot Drew twice before. It is completely logical for them to think Willow just tried to finish the job. Trina is already dealing with so much stress, trying to distance herself from Curtis and Portia's legal mess with Isaiah Gannon, and now she is wrapped up in this Kane family toxicity. And it gets so much worse for Trina as we head into August. She has a stalker. Ever since her massive music showcase with Gio, someone has been watching her from the shadows, leading to some deeply unsettling situations. Is it Quinn, her former friend, who just resurfaced to make amends? Or is it Simon, the music executive who was at the showcase? Trina has been through enough trauma, guys. Remember what Esme put her through? Let the girl paint and live her life. But this is Port Charles, so happiness is strictly forbidden. Let's pivot to Jocelyn Jax. Trina and Emma Scorpio Drake sit Jocelyn down and start grilling her. Emma is firing off intense questions about Jocelyn's WSB agent status. Jocelyn is trying to keep this under wraps. But come on, she just survived a massive shootout on Spoon Island, took down Ross Cullum, and struck a deal with the head of the WSB, Z, to free Jason and Valentine. You cannot hide that level of action. I love that Emma, Anna's granddaughter, is the one connecting the dots. It is literally in her blood to interrogate people, and Jocelyn is sweating under the pressure. Meanwhile, Jason is having his big reunion tour. He meets up with Carly and Sunny, and they catch him up on the absolute madness that has taken over the town. Sunny, being Sunny, immediately tries to pull Jason back into the fold. He asks Jason to come meet with him, clearly having a new mob assignment ready to go. But Jason rejects it. He tells Sunny no. I am cheering at my screen. Jason's mob exit is finally happening. He wants to be a good father to Danny above all else, and he knows the mob life will only destroy. But of course, leaving the mob doesn't mean leaving the drama. Jason immediately clashes with Rick Lansing. Sunny trusts Rick implicitly right now, but Jason sees right through him. Jason and Rick have decades of bad blood, and Jason is not about to start playing nice just because Sunny says so. I am so ready for a Jason and Rick war. It is going to be nostalgic, messy, and absolutely glorious to watch Steve Burton and Rick Hurst go toe-to-toe again. Jason also reunites with Anna Devane. But guys, I am so deeply worried about Anna. She is acting tough, reclaiming her commissioner title, but she is completely losing her grip on reality. During her reunion with Jason, Peter August appears again. The hallucination of Peter is actively pressuring Anna to focus on her revenge plot. He is poisoning her mind, pushing her back to her 1985 DVX double agent ruthless. Anna is a ticking time bomb, and someone innocent is going to get caught in her crosshairs if she doesn't get real psychiatric help soon. Hearing Faison's voice piped into that Windermere cell completely broke her. Over in the corporate world, Michael Corinthos is flexing his new muscles. He just bought Maxie's shares of Deception since Maxie permanently moved to Australia with Spinelli and the kids, and he is taking over. His behavior is proving super confusing to his new girlfriend, Jacinda Bracken. Michael is acting like a ruthless corporate raider, and Jacinda doesn't know what to make of this dark, calculating side of him. He is waiting for Willow to fall so he can take the kids, and he is using Deception as his playground in the meantime. And because Michael is throwing his weight around at Deception, Lucy Coe is calling in major reinforcements. On July 30, Serena Baldwin returns to Port Charles. Yes, Kelly Kruger is back on our screens. Serena is going to get heavily involved in this corporate war against Michael and Tracy Quartermaine. I have been begging for Serena to come back for you. With Maxie gone indefinitely, Deception needs a legacy character to step up, and Serena is the perfect fit to bring that Baldwin fire. Also on July 30, a mysterious new businessman named Hudson arrives in town. And he has a very specific goal in mind, hunting down Ethan. Ethan has been playing a very dangerous game, faking DNA tests, and stealing police evidence to claim he is baby Phoebe's father from a one-night stand with Delilah Wilson. Ava Jerome has been blackmailing him. But now, this dangerous face from his past, Hudson, is closing in. And Ethan? He is about to flee Port Charles. He is going on the run to protect that baby. I am kind of sad to see Ethan go so soon, but the walls were rapidly closing in on his scam. Let's talk about some lighter drama that is definitely going to turn dark. In the park, Dante Falconeri is helping Elizabeth Baldwin practice for the upcoming softball league tournament. It is cute, it is friendly, but Rick Lansing is watching from afar. And Rick is getting insanely jealous. As the week of August 3 to 7 rolls in, Rick notices just how close Liz and Dante are getting, and his possessive side flares up in a major way. We all know Rick's history. When he gets jealous, he reverts to his absolute worst troublemaking tendency. He cannot help himself. He is going to sabotage this, and it is going to lead to terrible news for his relationship with Liz. Am I the only one who thinks Liz should just run for the hills right now? Rick is toxic, and Dante is just being a good, supportive friend. Plus, Dante is single now that Lulu is spiraling over the Valentine secret, so maybe Rick actually has a reason to be paranoid. Finally, Alexis Davis is done playing nice. After Drew's near-drowning ordeal at the lake, Alexis is highly suspicious. Drew might claim it was an accident because Brennan's blackmail material forces him to stay quiet, but Alexis isn't stupid. She knows Drew made a miraculous recovery from his fake stroke, and she knows Willow is hiding something sinister. Alexis confronts Willow directly, dropping the supportive mother-in-law act, and worries about how this will affect her access to Scout Quartermain. And to top it all off, Alexis and Diane Miller are hiring a new associate at their law office, and this new lawyer is going to shake things up for several Port Charles residents. Will Willow's blackmail hold Drew, or is she doomed? Drop your wildest theories below, hit that subscribe button, and let's keep the conversation going.